Coach, you're used to rain all the time over there in Orlando. It is a much less frequent occurrence here, yet wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Get up, get up! 21, 21. 40's mark. Hey, team 6, team 6. 40's mark, 40's mark. I got you, son.
Garoppolo on first down. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Switch, switch, switch. Slam, slam, slam. Hey, left hand.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Stop Mike 42, Mike 42. Two. Hey, echo. Double dog. That's the one.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Take it at the 37. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over first and 10.
No. 319. 54. I got you,
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
No. 319. 53. Get ready. 319.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Catch number 44 of on the year. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Green Bay.
No.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Be a long day for you. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, keep it down.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
That's it, baby. We gon' work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
53. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. In the last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington.
I got you. 42 to Mike. 21. Here we go. Pick me up. Here we go. He's checking.
On first down, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep. He's got it with the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his speedy wideout, Goodwin.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Better bring it. You better bring it. Hey, gun. Let me know right now. You better bring it. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. They can't hang with. Hey, alert. Squeeze. You're trapped. Hey, wahoo.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Running on first down, Eckler. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Out. Slam.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here we go. 120. Begin.
On second down now, it's Coleman. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Kevin King with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Check 99. Hey, check 24. Check 20. 50. Hey, you block over here.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
Hey, gun. Come to me, it's me. Hey, Mike's 42. Lock. Any day.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 44. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A give. Eckler running to the right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Watch out. Watch the twist.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check nine. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. Being chased out left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Oh, yes, this is what the good ones do. He used his legs to buy a little bit more time rolling to his left, and at one point, he flipped the switch from passer to runner, and he got a pretty good gain out of it.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Go. Hey, tight. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's get it.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
319. check, 56. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Check that.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. Now the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
You remember me? Let's go. White. 53's the mic. 53. Hey, Zoo. Yo. Let's go.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
53. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside and have to take us through the weekend in the NFL.
Mike, 53. 53.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard
Here we go.
line.
53. Hey, man. Watch the boot. 1, Omaha. Let's go. And then Hunt.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Goodwin.
Complete to Marquise Goodwin.
I'm going to hit you all day.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Shoot. Check 3. Kill. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Mike 42. 13.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Garoppolo now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Check three. Show it up. 21.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. Well, they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The Packers' 18-yard line.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
11. Bravo.
Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. Complete to George Kittle. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Here we go.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Let's go. Hey, Charlie. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, we're going Mike 40, Mike 40. Come on. You better bring it. 40's Mike, 40's Mike. Check pass. 11. I got you, son. I got you. Hey, orbit.
A shotgun snap from Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal.
Here we go.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Check three. Hatchet. Watch the air. 21. 12. He's coming, double up. Kill.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
12. 42 to Mike, boys. 42. Hey, Delta. Get this worm on. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for George Kittle. Incomplete. It's now fourth down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
A 27-yard attempt.
And Gold is able to put it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Bring it. Over.
throw is Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
88. Check the backer.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Shift. Watch the shift. Check nickel.
It's Eckler again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Mike's 54. Mike's 50.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He'll get this to Eckler. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the run.
Hey, foxtrot.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
6-man.
Here's Rodgers to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Big stop, G.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
You'll give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play. But it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it. And 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They will run again with Coleman. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Here we go.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Motion out of the backfield. Mike 42. Come on.
11.
42. Mike 42. Cover.
Hey, Alpha.
42.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 43 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Shift. Hey, gun.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
I got this.
The ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. 42.
Hey, Haywood.
Pick it up.
Two.
Mike 42. Check. Mike 42. Watch twist.
Hey. I said that.
Second down and goal. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Hey, alert.
It's Coleman here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
13. Six.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down.
It's our time.
Mike 53. Mike.
Hey, gun.
Keep it up. 53.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers get a score closer. Robbie Gould on for the extra point.
Robbie Gould lining up for the point after.
It's up. It's true as they get back in a bit here. It's now 23-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half.
Mike 54. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Rodgers now. After the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Smooth.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds.
Over.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On the return is Pettis. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180.
I'm on.
21. Here we go.
Mike, 40. Mike.
Hey, seam 6.
Watch the fly. Motion. Block.
Man.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Danny.
11.
Go. Under 10.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. There's the first NFL catch for South Carolina's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Check.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Watch twins. Switch.
Hey, alert.
Mike, 42.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Shit. Check 50.
1, Omaha. Sixty-five. Hey, Echo.
Here we go.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Lock.
Corners the Lions. Squeeze. Watch the screen.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Now gold for the extra point. I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On second down, Eckler. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Coming to you, coming to you. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
Here comes the ball. I see you, boy. I see you.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they suffer their 4th loss so far. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.